Okay, BC Calc kids, this is going to be a fairly short video. Okay, this is going to be our last video for Unit 3. Okay, this is particle motion. So you're going to have a reading that you're going to read prior to class in addition to this. So this will be short and sweet. Number 1, you have particle moving along the x-axis. So you have your position, which is x of t. Some people will call it s of t. Then you have your velocity. V of t is equal to x prime of t. You have your acceleration. And a of t is equal to v prime of t, which is equal to x double prime of t. Okay, displacement. You need to understand the difference between displacement and distance. So displacement on an interval a to b is literally just the integral. Well, number 1 is v of b minus v of a. That's displacement. So it would be the integral of, I meant x of b minus x of a. I don't know why I said that. X of b minus x of a. That's displacement. So this is the same as integrating velocity from a to b, because you already know the fundamental theorem of calculus now. Now, total distance, you integrate from a to b the absolute value of v of t dt. Okay, we'll be learning a lot about this total distance, so sometimes you may have to change your bounds of integration where the velocity is negative. Okay, when the velocity is negative, okay, you may have to switch x of b minus x of a to x of a minus x of b. Okay, because distance, you're adding positive amounts. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so average velocity. If someone asks you to find the average velocity on AB, you just use the average value formula, 1 over b minus a, times the integral of v of t dt. Okay, so that's the average velocity. This is also x of b minus x of a over b minus a, the slope of the secant line. So it depends on what information they feed you, right? Okay, average speed. Okay, on AB, you would just do the average value formula again, but you would integrate the absolute value of velocity. Okay, at rest means the velocity is equal to 0. Slowing down. Okay, so if a particle is slowing down, the velocity and the acceleration will have different signs. And if it's speeding up, the velocity and acceleration will have the same sign. Okay, slowing down, another thing they can say for slowing down is moving toward the origin. Speeding up would be moving away from the origin. Okay, so one of the things I told you about was distance, which is a major topic, okay? So you would be doing this when you had no calculator, which is likely to happen. So let's say you have v of t is 2t minus 6, right? You set this equal to 0. I'm just factoring. Okay, so my point of interest is 3. Now I'm going to do a sign chart for v of t. Always label your sign chart to the left and the right of 3. So it's negative to the left. Okay, I mean v of t, and it's positive, v of t is positive to the right. Okay, So since the velocity is negative here, you would switch your bounds of integration. So your bounds, instead of going from 0 to 3, because we're going to be looking for distance, so I'm looking for distance here, okay? So when I'm looking for distance and I have velocity, I need my velocity to be positive, so where it's negative, I flip my bounds of integration. Okay? So I have, or you can think of it as the negation of 0 to 3. So I'm going to integrate this, and then from, I'm doing this on 3 to 4, so I'm getting the distance on the interval from 0 to 4. Okay, so then from 3 to 4, I would just do it as it is. Okay, and from there, you guys should be able to figure that out. Okay, this is t squared minus 6t from 0 to 3, negating that, plus t squared minus 6t from 3 to 4. Okay, your final answer should be 10. You try to figure that out. All right, so that's just a little introductory video, and I will also post a reading. Okay, part of flipped learning, besides watching a video prior to class, is the same as reading something. So you'll have a short little reading to do about particle motion. Thank you, guys.